Have you guys checked your watch? Because I know what time it is. It is Dame time. Damian Lillard, you joined the show actually our very first week of NBA Today, and now you're back. I so appreciate you taking the time.
No, it's always good to be a part of your show. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you being here. Let's start with this. Earlier in the preseason, Chauncey Billups said that you're moving differently. You have your burst back. How do you feel now versus before you had surgery?
I mean, I feel like the younger me again. I had been a couple of years where I felt like I was playing well and I was able to get things done. It just was uncomfortable. It was a little painful, and I had a lot of long nights just trying to recover from the games when I got home, and then the next morning and things like that. It was a mental challenge, just trying to get myself ready to play. And now it's just that's not a part of my day anymore. It's just get warm, get ready to go, get taped, and then play. I can play free. And I can access things that I just hadn't been able to for a few years, just with my speed and my strength and things like that. So I just feel free out there. I'm able to play and and use all of my tools that I have.
You spoke recently to Logan Murdoch at The Ringer, and you were talking to him about having conversations with the summer over with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. How serious did conversations get? How seriously were you considering not being a Portland Trailblazer?
I mean, well, that was last summer. That wasn't this summer. So it was when we had those conversations. It was at a time where I just didn't know. I didn't know if our team was going in the same direction as I was. I was just I'm getting to that time where it's like I want to win. Or I've said many times that I could live with it not happening, but I want to put my best foot forward and be in a position to where it can happen, and everybody pushing, pulling the rope in the same direction, I guess. And at that time, I just didn't know if that's what was going on. But I wasn't like, oh, I'm definitely looking for something else or whatever. It was just like whatever happens, happens. But I just need to be in a situation where we all, pulling for the same thing.
You've said quite a few times how much it would mean to you to win in Portland, how it wouldn't actually mean as much if you were to win elsewhere. And folks might say, oh, well, the championships last season, the champions came out of the West. The back-to-back MVP came out of the West. Why do you believe that it is achievable in Portland?
I just, I believe in myself, for one. But also I believe in Chauncey. He was a champion as a player, and he's just a championship type of person. Just what he brings to the team, being around him every day. I feel like, that optimism, that belief, that strength that he has, I feel like I represent the same thing. And that's the culture and the kind of team that we're trying to build. So that gives me that belief. And I just feel like it doesn't take, having all of the best players. The team just has to be connected. You got to be on the same page. You got to really believe, and you got to be fearless. And I think what we've seen over the last couple of years is, teams that you just don't expect to be there are ending up there. And even Golden State, as great as they have been, in the last 6 or 7 years, they had a couple, rough years. And then going into last season, nobody was picking them to end up coming up on top. And they did. And nobody expected Boston to be in the finals. Boston wasn't just having a special season, halfway through. It just clicked. They came together. You just never know when it's going to happen. I just feel like it's possible. And, that's what I'm working towards.
Loyalty is how you've been described over and over and over again. Does it bother you when fans or analysts, whomever, describe loyalty as some sort of flaw?
I mean, it doesn't bother me. I think their understanding of it is just different than what it is. I'm not, I see people say all the time, like, man, all he care about is being loyal and making his money and, things like that. But, these are all things that you've never heard come out of my mouth. I am a loyal person, but I also understand that this is a business, and, it could come a day where they just say, you know what, we haven't been in position to win. We love you, Dame, but, we're just going to start over and, find a better situation for you. I know that can always happen in this business. So it's not like, I'm just being loyal and I just, playing dumb almost. I'm being loyal to who I am. Like you just said, I want to win a championship, and I want to win it here. I've put a lot of time into this organization in this city, and, I've come close. now. I just feel like we're going to have our opportunity, and that's never going to come if I stop believing and stop being me. So that's, I'm just standing on that same track.
I was looking at Twitter, and the Blazers, they recently published a photo of you, your rookie season, and then you this year. What do you wish that 2022 Dame could tell rookie Damian Lillard?
I would tell rookie Damian Lillard to just study more. I feel like I've always understood the game really well. But I think just the team that I played with my first 3 years, I felt like I did play well, and I accomplished some great things in my first couple years, but I would tell myself not to depend on just my ability so much. And I would, just be more of a thinker of the game earlier in my career when I played with the team that I was playing with. And just be, a few steps ahead. I would have been trying to be a few steps ahead earlier than I figured that part out.
Dame Jr. is almost 5 now. He's almost 5. And I saw a video of him playing at one of your camps. Are you teaching him deep threes already, or are you working on passing down your good pace, fundamentals? I mean, what are we working on here?
My parents never forced me into sports. It wasn't one of the things. So I started to really enjoy hooping and stuff like that when I was an actual kid. I was 8, 9 years old. I did it when I was younger, but I really came into it because I wasn't forced into it, and I kind of found the love of it on my own. And that's my approach with him, and with all my kids is, if I'm shooting, then he'll come shoot, but it's not his number one thing. He want to play with dinosaurs and Paw Patrol and PJ Masks and Power Rangers and things like that. And that's kind of how I'm going about it with my kids.
Did I see a paleontology party, a dinosaur costume that was happening there?
Yeah,
that was great. That was so great.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.